Okay, this is a little bit ironic. I'm talking to you via a teleprompter, and the irony comes from the fact that I'm going to use that to unbox a brand new prompter. This is the Elgato Prompter unboxing. Pretty excited about this as well because this is the first time. You may have seen I bought a Valorant knife for unboxings. Well, it wasn't quite sharp enough, so I've now just invested in this samurai style sort of Damascus steel knife. It's sharp, I do know already. I already have one cut. I can't be trusted with sharp things. But hopefully this will stop me from destroying packaging as we've seen. That tends to happen. Woo. Nice. Pop, pop. What did I just say? What was I just saying? Look at that. So yeah, we're going to use this. We're going to get into the Elgato Prompter and see what we've got inside. First cut. Nice. Oh, it's proper sharp is this knife. Really sharp. Buttery smooth. Okay, we'll put this down. Safety first. Okay, we've got a tab at the back. I'll spin this around so you can see it. Annoyingly, Amazon, by the way, don't like it when you do this. Put the sticky labels on the actual packaging. Annoying. So anyway, details blacked out so you can't see my address. I'm not doxing myself, which is nice. But let's get back into it. So the two plastic seals cut, cardboard tab out, and we're into this. I've been looking forward to this. I actually got this for Christmas, but I saved it. So we're just in the new year now as we're unboxing this. I saved it so that I can get the unboxing, we can get the angles, we can show you what we've got before I actually get started and using it. By the time you see this video though, I've probably been using it and we're probably gonna cut some more footage in of me using it. But right now, fresh. So first up we have a box, get connected. I assume this is wires and things, so let's have a look inside. What have we got? Paperwork, important. There we go. It says USB cable. We'll take a look inside. I think this is going to be pretty straightforward. Yep, there we go. USB-A to USB-C cable with a 90-degree angle on the end, which is always lovely to have. Then universal shroud backplate and a DSLR mirrorless backplate. This is options basically for how you mount your camera within the prompter base. So universal shroud, if you've got a light environment, you want to block off any glare, that goes over the top of your camera, and then this sits on the front. Basically your camera lens sits within there. There are different types of lenses and different sizes though, so I think they may be in the other bit, but there's, yeah, that's just a cloth for cleaning there. So is that this? Okay, here we are, setup rings. So these go on the front of the shroud. If you've got different size lenses, maybe you've got a big lens, you sat quite far back, you want a bit of zoom, it's all taken care of. These clip on the front of your lens, stick it inside the shroud, job's good and nice. Okay, we'll put this back away so we can get to the main event, the actual prompter part itself. Pretty excited about this. So if you don't know what the Elgato Prompter is, it's effectively a way to provide yourself with scripts while you make content. Those exist in other mediums. We've got one just in front of us right now. Obviously not as technically advanced as the Elgato Prompter because it is just a chassis effectively, something that goes around your camera. You then attach either a tablet or a phone or some other form of device to provide the script here, whereas the Elgato Prompter is different because it has that tablet device, that screen, built in as part of the actual unit itself. Okay, get all this back in. Connected, we are. Okay, next up, packaging. Big protective cardboard unit out of the way. Oh, we've got something inside. Let's put this on the floor. Fabric wrap to keep it nice, clean, helps get rid of dust. You love to see that. This feels like the faceplate, maybe, or the base unit. Ah, it is the base unit. So, oh no, it is. This is the camera mount, this way around. So you put your camera on this and connect this to your multi-arm or whatever sort of mounting unit you have. And then this sits in front of that. Fabric, Elgato logo on the front as well. Let's get inside. feels weird. It's kind of got an elbow joint, and it feels weird pulling that up, and it kind of like tugging it around there. Need to be careful with this, because whenever I assume, just for visibility, cardboard packaging at the bottom of the box, nothing else in there. So we're going to take this out of the way right now. So this is it. This is it. You've basically got a hole, a mirrored screen, and then an actual tablet-sized screen here. And this is the difference. This is where the magic happens. That is effectively a mini monitor. So you use the cable, USB that into your PC, and this becomes another display. So if you've got a 3-screen setup, this becomes screen 4. You can either mirror one of your other screens or extend your display and have it as another screen off to the side. You put your words on this screen, it reflects onto this screen, and then straight into you as a presenter in front of it. You can see your words, and through either your phone or a Stream Deck or something like that, you can control the movement of the text on this screen up and down. So if you want to skip back a paragraph, you want to skip back or slowly roll with some sort of like roll function on a mouse, you can do all of that on the go, and it's good. The beauty of it is though, it's built into the PC. With this one, you can't see it, obviously I'm talking into it, but with this one, we stick an iPad on the base unit, and then I have to use this. You may see in some of our previous videos, I'm using this to scroll up and down. You can do this just through a Steam Deck or anything like that. So it means it's nice, built in, you don't need any extra gadgets and gizmos. So how this fits together is that sits in front of you. Your camera is this, obviously, sits behind this and points at you. The cloth shroud that I won't get back out again, I'll use this just for example purposes, sits over the top of the camera and blocks out any light. This then screws onto this, like so, and your camera is mounted on there to look through. That then sits on your mounting system, and it just points at you like any other web camera like that. See straight through. So if I'm looking at the camera, you just see me looking straight down the lens. You don't see the fact that I'm reading whatever script is being projected on this screen. Really, really good. Also, really useful if you like work avoidance. If you're sat on a Zoom call and you've got, I don't know, the latest episode of Squid Game or something, you can play it on there and watch it on there, and it looks like you're looking really intently into the call, whereas actually you're watching player 4, 5, 6 do whatever it needs to do to get that big old cash money. Nice. So that is it. This is the Elgato Prompter. That's the unboxing. Well, I thought I was dropping it, then it's moving up and down. That's the unboxing. We're gonna get into using this. So the next time you see me, if it's within this video, I might be wearing a completely different set of clothes, because I'm gonna go and spend a few days getting to grips with this, and we can give you some proper hands-on thoughts.
We are out of the studio now and into my home setup, and I've even put the Dodger jersey back on just for a little bit of consistency after all. So before we get into anything new, I want to revisit a couple of things that we mentioned in that unboxing just then. Now that I've got a better understanding of the prompter, having some time getting hands-on with it. First up, the cloth shroud, which is in this box. I did take it out in the video. This is something that comes with the prompter, and the chances are if you're using a popular camera kit like I am, you're probably not going to need to use it at all. I'm using a Sony E-mount camera and a Sigma lens, which is like the go-to kit for content creators that are making video content, and those options are compatible with one of the setup rings. And the setup rings are, as the name suggests, just metal rings that are there to help you get set up. That's kind of what the name implies. So you just screw the relevant ring onto the front of your camera lens. There's the setup rings. You screw one directly onto the front of the camera lens, and that helps you hook the prompter directly onto the front of your camera. After I did that, I was good to go without the shroud at all, because the housing that the prompter is built in is made to block out any external light. Secondly, there wasn't even any need for the stand either. This is meant for your camera to sit on, but because I'm using the setup rings, it all just works with what I already had in my setup. It literally took me 5 to 10 minutes to get everything installed, and most of that was me tinkering with my mount positioning rather than my prompter. Now, that might not be the case for you if you've got a different camera or a lens that isn't compatible with the setup rings. Then you might have a couple of extra steps, but all the necessary bits are provided for, I imagine, most setups. setups to be able to get going. One quick thing to mention with the Elgato Prompter that I personally haven't seen anyone else say in their content is that when it comes to using it, it will make your picture a little bit darker, which is to be expected because right here there is a dark piece of glass in front of your camera. But I found it really easy to account for that. I just tweaked the ISO settings on the camera itself. That just lets in a little more light and you don't notice any difference. Now, if you don't have a camera with ISO, you'll likely be able to tweak your brightness settings in your camera software or within your capturing software like OBS or Streamlabs. We're not going to go too in-depth in this video, but let me just give you a brief look at the 3 ways that you're likely to use your Elgato Prompter. If you have an Elgato camera already, you might already have Camera Hub installed. This is the software that you're going to use to control your prompter. And if you don't have it, well, don't worry. It's very easy to grab from the Elgato website, and it's super quick to download and install. So this is Elgato Camera Hub. Once you're in the Camera Hub, jump over to the Prompter tab and you'll see the control for everything that you need, from like font sizes, colors, scrolling speeds, and all that jazz. We're going to leave that alone because that is entirely down to personal preference. The 3 options that we are going to take a look at, though, are display, text, and Twitch chat beta. So display is pretty straightforward. This is using your prompter screen as a monitor. You can see your desktop, you can pull up notes, you can watch presentations, watch videos, all whilst looking straight down the lens of the camera. This is how I have my prompter for the majority of time when I'm not on stream. So that's display. Now over to text. Now, if I'm not streaming and I'm not using the display function, then I'm likely to be using the text function instead, which is quite funny because what I'm saying is literally on the screen right here. This is where your prompter acts as a more traditional teleprompter, where you use a text-based document as the basis for a rolling script that you read out naturally on screen without breaking eye contact. That's exactly what I'm doing now, and that's what the words are just there. So basically, display gives you a display option. Text gives you a rolling script option for you to read through without breaking eye contact on screen. This is the stuff that I would use when I'm making any video content, exactly like I'm doing right now. And then finally, this one might not work as well, but this is for Twitch chat. This is only in beta at the moment, but this actually works incredibly well. So when I'm looking at the prompter now, all I can see is the actual Twitch chat overlay. So I'll see if I can switch over to give you a view of what that looks like for me. So this is it. Kind of. This is kind of a squashed version. It's cropped badly, but this is effectively what you see when you are looking at the prompter and someone is chatting to you in Twitch chat. So those messages there are messages that I've typed into Twitch. And if people are typing to you on Twitch, you would see the same sort of thing. Chat moving over the top of your camera lens. So I've typed !socials. Our chat bot is engaged and it's posting these messages in our Twitch chat, which I can read here. !socials. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Threads. All of those messages are coming in, and Blue Sky, obviously. Actually, can't forget you guys. All of those messages are coming in over the top of my screen. If that was chat messages, hey, how you guys doing? Oh, what game is this? That sort of stuff. You can read that while staring straight at your audience, which is great for user engagement. So I'm a big fan of this tool. It is buggy. I do have to delete and re-add my account and so on to make sure it works. And if chat moves off screen, there's no way to scroll it back, which is frustrating when you're like me and you catch up in chat with chat in bursts. Not particularly helpful, but it's only in beta. So very impressed with this, and I will definitely be using this when I'm on screen. I will have chat elsewhere as a backup should I need to scroll back, but just for these moments when I'm engaging with chat, it works really well. So there you go. You've seen us unbox the prompter. You've seen us use it in 3 different ways, both as a monitor, as well as a text prompter, and as well as just using it for something to engage with chat whilst you're on stream. All in all, it's a great piece of tech. It does take up a bit of space. I am a little bit closer to my camera than I was before, and you can see the shadow casting on my hand. That is because the camera has the housing and rigging, but that is what it is. You need that. You can't not have that. So we'll work around it. We'll find solutions, maybe a bit of extra lighting, but all in all, a great piece of rigging I would very much recommend. If you want to find out more, if you want us to go through any of the extra settings like the scroll speeds and so on, then please do feel free to let us know in the comments, and maybe we can follow up with a second video. But for now, this has been our Elgato Prompter unboxing, and from my stream uploads, Steve Frosty.